Welcome back, and in case you're joining the conversation right now, we're talking about entrepreneurship. Mr. Evans, do you think having the microwave mentality, that is wanting things to work for us very fast, do you think in any case it's a factor contributing to unemployment?
I think it really contributes a lot. I believe it really contributes because
Talking about maybe we want money so fast. Talking about gambling. Your gambling ni kuplace tu bet na unangojea do. What about that?
I think trick ni mtu aanze mapema. If you really want to make it work that fast, I think you should have started early. That's if you don't want to really walk through the right stages to get to where you want to be. A lot of people out here believe that maybe at 21, 22, you're supposed to already have a stable job, getting your income. At 23, 24, you're supposed to have your act together. Yes. You have your money, you have a nice house, you have a car, you have a lovely family. And I think that's what's really dragging us down. Because it can't all work the same for all of us. Yeah. I think we just need to really embrace that everybody is different in their own capacity and everybody is really not meant to go through the same path. Yeah, I think we should just learn to be patient. That's all. Just learn to move with your pace. You know, a lot of people say that life is short and you only have a few years to live, so you really need to get over with it, get over with getting your stuff together fast so that you can sit back and enjoy life. I don't think it works that way, because I can really testify that even guys that have made it out here, there isn't really that particular time when they now sit back and stop working so that they enjoy whatever they have. Because you know you have to, at the end of the day, you have to keep it flowing. Once you work for something and you have it, yeah, it's okay to go out there and really give yourself a treat and enjoy yourself and enjoy whatever you've worked for. But I think it's a continuous process. You have to keep, at the end of all that relaxation and laying back, you have to come back to it again, keep working and keep generating more. So I think we should just all learn to be patient and just move with our pace. Yeah, because the moment you really want to get something that fast, you're going to end up doing a lot of unnecessary stuff. Because right now we have the youths doing a lot of things that are really despicable, wanting money fast. We now have our young ladies ruining families in the process of looking for a comfortable life. We have our young men going out there doing all sorts of unnecessary things so that they can really put their lives in order. But I don't think that's the right process, because, yeah, take this for example. You're out there gambling. Yeah. You gamble and you land a stake, right? Yes. You've won something. Yeah. And now you're happy, you think you have it all together. You've really achieved, you have that money. But then do you ever sit back and think where you're going to get it again the next day? Because you're not going to keep winning every other day.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, this is sheer luck.
Yeah.
Gambling, it's normally you're put up against the odds. Like, it's either you win or you lose. So, and most of the time, it happens that we don't win all the time. Most of the time we lose. And what if it happens that you win? Doesn't mean you're going to keep winning every other day. So I think if you don't have a creative mind and you don't really know what you want to do with yourself, even if you're going to win that cash, you're not going to put it into something constructive that could keep you going for the rest of the days. We now have this culture of looking for, we call them sponsors. Yeah.
Boys to sponsors, girls to sponsors.
Yeah, you have that sponsor, right? He's financing you, he's making sure you're comfortable, you're living a nice life. What if the time comes that he is now bored with you? He wants to look for something new, something he isn't used to. It means he's going to kick you out, and just the same way he found you, going to find somebody else. So at the end of the day, it's not a solution. I think you just you're just complicating your life more. I think I would really love to see youths embracing that culture of really working for what you want. And I can testify there is nothing as sweet as something you've actually broke a sweat for, something you've worked for.
Looking unemployment on the other side. Now you're working, you're employed at a certain company and you're earning. Now the company is downsizing. Now you're being forced to unemployment. How would you encourage such a young person?
I think about getting laid off. Maybe you are in employment and then your company maybe is not in a position to sustain the whole of the employees. They have to cut down, or maybe something happens and they have to let you go. I think we really need to have a set of rules that governs that, because I don't think it's fair that somebody wakes up one day and tells you, I don't think we can keep you anymore, we have to let you go. I think it's quite unfair, and I think we really need to put in place certain measures that gives you time to organize yourself. If your company believes there's going to come a time when they really need to cut some of you off, they need to give you prior notice. Tell you that at a particular time, we might be forced to do this and that. So you need to start, getting yourself into the right mindset. In case something of the sort happens, you need to be psychologically prepared. I think it's quite frustrating because most of us, when we are in employment, we don't really think of such eventualities. Most of us don't think that there might come a time when we are out of that place and we have to stand up on our own. So I would really love to advise people out there that even if you have a well-paying job, you should start something at the side, something that can keep you going. But again, we also have these insurance companies. Nowadays we have places where you can buy shares and stuff. So if you're in employment, you can also register with such, so that in case of anything, you have some source of finance to fall back to. Yeah.
Talking about creation of jobs to the young people, the government has many times promised creation of jobs to the young generation. Yeah. What can you say to the many graduates, many young people who have just graduated last year and are out there looking for a job and waiting for a white-collar job? What can you say to them?
To all the graduates out there who sat for their exams, or who graduated, I would love to tell you that it's not like we don't have jobs out here. We have jobs. Let nobody discourage you that we don't have opportunities. They are there, only that they're limited to a few individuals, unfortunately. But don't let it really put you down and make you believe that you can't find a place out here. So long as you have it in you, you might be in a group of guys who don't really see your potential, but I believe there is that one person somewhere who's going to look at you and say that, I think this young person has something, him or her, that could actually work for them. But again, I would love to advise you not to really stick to thinking that it's either you have that white-collar job or you have it. I think we should start embracing a culture of going the business way, going the entrepreneurship way. I think most of us have the potential to work whatever we want to achieve on our own. Just given a slight shove, I think most of us can achieve so much. So I would love to encourage them that even if the government doesn't provide jobs out there, you could actually build an opportunity for yourself and make it work for you, provided you believe in whatever you want to achieve and you have passion for what you're doing and you also press the right buttons. Then I think you're good to go. You're going to get to where you want to be. Yeah.
So you're encouraging them to start from the little that they have, saving the money that they have, and also putting that coin to business.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd love to tell everybody
because many of us are always crying, serikali tusaidie, hatuna kazi. We're depending more on a formal employment.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to shy away from that culture of looking at the government for everything. Because at the end of the day, we are the owners of the money that even the government uses to run things around. We have it in us. We could put whatever little we have into scouting for opportunities and investing in particular fields that could actually work for you. Just do your research, try and look for whatever you can do, try and identify what it is that you're best in, and give it your all. And at the end of the day, you're going to be somewhere. It might not work for you immediately, but in the long run, you would be sorted. Yeah.
So are we part of the problem of unemployment, or we can be the solution at the same time? What's your view?
I think we're part of the problem, and we're also part of the solution. I think the solution wholly lies with us. Yeah, we have the solution with us. Only that at times we might not really recognize it. We might really be looking at the wrong places when we could actually make it work on our own. So I think we're part of the problem because we want to rush things, and we also have this culture of looking at somebody else to do it for you. I think it's time we woke up, got up, and did it for ourselves. Yeah, and also we have numerous talents within us. Don't sit on it, or don't limit yourself waiting for somebody to make it work for you. If somebody is not going to identify it within the country, then it might as well be somebody out there who's going to see a potential in you and make it work for you. Because now we're in the age of social media, we can connect with the world, we can connect with people out there. So you don't have to necessarily make it within our borders. You could as well make it out there, provided you just keep pushing and have guys get interested in whatever you are doing. Yeah, get the attention to yourself. Make people notice you. Make people see that, yeah, we have this young person somewhere who is so good at this. Yeah, that they actually could be somewhere. So I think that's my advice to everybody. Just try and make it work for yourself. Before crying for any other person, just try and make it work for yourself. Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, how can a young person support themselves? You as a young person, you're supporting
Another young person.
Yeah, and talking about in terms of priorities and how they can go about it. What's your view on that?
I think we just have a culture of culture of selfishness that keeps floating around. You know, most of us young people would prefer to be that person. You know, you want everybody to see that, yeah, he's made it, he's doing good for himself and everything, and you don't want to pull others up in the process. You know, so I think we should just form a culture of, you know, growing as a team. You see an idea somewhere that could actually work for your friends or your peers, you could as well, you know, share that opportunity with them. And that's one thing I always do. I might be in a position to get a few openings that I'm actually not in a position to land into. Yeah, sure. Maybe I'm occupied and I get a certain opportunity somewhere that is really good and could actually do somebody good. We could as well share with somebody else. Tell somebody else, I found this idea somewhere that would really suit you. Because myself, I've grown with so many people. I have my friends running my social media pages for me. I have my friends making referrals to my brand, and in the process they make their living. I have people scouting for clients for my company, and in the process they get their cut out of that. So I think it's all a matter of growing with others. Yeah, I think we should learn to share. Sharing is caring.
Okay, as we come to conclusion, there's this young person out there who has an idea, but he's afraid to take the risk. What can you say to him?
I just want to tell you that just get out of that box, you know? Don't let anything limit you. Everybody has their potentials, and if it doesn't work for you one way, it will work for you another way. One thing I always believe, that everybody is born into this world with a particular potential. At times we just end up not getting there because we look at all the wrong places. I think we need to have a mentality of taking risks, you know, just breaking the rules every once in a while and getting out of that cage. You know, just go out there, whatever you believe in, work on it, go for it. Don't let people put you down. Just go for it, because every dream, every big dream that has been achieved started somewhere. And when you're starting something, you'll always have a lot of people who don't believe in whatever you're doing. At the start, you will always have guys discouraging you, telling you this. Okay, you might even have your parents telling you that we invested so much in you, we wanted you to do this, and now you're doing this other different thing. You're going to embarrass us. You're going to make us the laughing stock of the community. So if you have something that you've really put your mind into, I think you'd rather just
exploit it and work for it.
Just be blind. At the start, just be blind, just block your ears and move. Go for whatever you want. And at the end of the day, you're going to sit back and look at yourself and say, yeah. I did it. Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, that's
then
it.
what's a parting shot?
Yeah,
business-wise.
What I want to tell you is, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, come with your business mentality 100%. You know, come ready to, a lot of people confuse showbiz and business. Some of us are in business to be famous, to be known, for guys to hear about you. We have, yes, you want that fame. Yes. I think that's the wrong mentality to go with into business. I think what you want to do, what I would really want people to do, go with that mentality of building something for yourself, It might not really be big or famous at the start, but I think everybody will love to have their kid sit somewhere one day and say, you see this business that's now known worldwide, this was just the brainchild of my dad or my parent, and it started out small and now it's worked. So I think we should all go with that mentality of, getting your financial priorities in place and making sure you make things work for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Evans, for making time for YouthPad and giving us some real advice on business and entrepreneurship, and also talking about unemployment and what young people out there can do so as to earn a living. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much, Francis, for having me.
And I hope someone out there watching this show will really be enlightened and have a business-oriented mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
I hope I inspired somebody out there.
Yeah, I hope so. Remember, you can send us your feedback and comments through our social media handles at CAC TV Kenya, Twitter, Facebook, CAC TV. My name is Francis Ngala. See you next time.